So what's up everyone? Welcome back to your channel, Brighter Life Institute. I'm Alicia. Today I want to discuss what is a toxic person. A toxic person is someone that the behavior add negativity and upset to your life. A toxic person can pretty much be anyone. Your family, your mother, your sister, your friends, a colleague, or a boss. And sometimes you could be the toxic person. The toxic person is somebody that is bringing the absolutely worst version of yourself out. A toxic person could be toxic to one person, but not be seen as a toxic for another person. So what defines a toxic person? Is the person that you have in difficulty to deal with. You're struggling pretty much with everything that you won't be struggling with another person. For example, you're trying to communicate something to this person, and each time the same person, you ending up having an argument over a simple little exchange that you don't particularly see that this was going to cause any problems. A toxic person could be someone that doesn't respect your boundary, or you feel don't respect you. A toxic person could be someone that keep making bad choices and you trying to help them and advise them and they never listen. So you start to get frustrated with this person. You start to feel really negative dealing with this person. This is one point I really want to talk about as well. Someone can be a certain way, but if we are not too close to them, or we are not that involved, or we don't care that they're toxic or not, doesn't affect us. But usually some of those toxic people out there that we call toxic are people that we have to deal with somehow. Let's say that you have a mother and your mother is toxic. And how she's toxic? She's making the wrong decision for herself. She's putting her health to risk, so you get stressed and worry about her. She is choosing a negative and not so good partner, so you worry about her. Or she simply don't respect your space. She keep getting involved in your life and trying to control your life when you're fine. You're an adult now and you can make your own decision, and she will not leave you alone. This kind of person can start to push away a new partner that you met, because your partner may have enough to have your mother come in involved into your relationship and to your life. Naturally, when we become an adult, we need to be responsible of our own life. So having somebody like that can bring, some negativity and argument and stress, not just to you, but to everybody around. Another example is if you have a partner and this partner behavior, you see it as not respectful towards you. You try to talk to them about it and to explain to them that behavior you don't like and you would like to discuss an alternative so both of you are happy. But this partner is very selfish. They don't care about what you say, how you feel, and they do whatever. So this can make the relationship toxic because you're going to become stressed out. You're going to start to have argument with them. Trust and respect may become an issue because if somebody you inform of a behavior that you don't like and they keep doing it, what's going to happen is going to impact on the trust and the respect that you start to think that they don't have for you. So dealing with a toxic person can really make us become also a toxic person in return, and we can both be toxic to each other because the way we both are interacting with each other. Usually some people out there that are toxic, it's either they are dealing with some stress in their life, they are dealing with some challenge in their life, and they are all over the place. They don't know how to deal with it, and naturally, if they are stressed out, they are not going to be in a very good place in their mind and in their life. But there are also some people that are toxic because they're suffering from mental health issue. They may not be aware of it, but the people around them, and especially the person that is closest to them, notice that there's something quite not right about the behavior of that person. And of course, the one who's the most involved with that person is going to feel that negativity, is going to feel that stress and that toxicity from this interaction with that person. But there are also people, we have talked a lot about the attachment style of somebody. The people that are from an insecure attachment style. So we are talking about the avoidant and the anxious. You could imagine when those two meet, or any of those two meet another person, either that person is from the secure attachment style, they are going to feel a certain stress and a certain toxicity going on. Why is that? The avoidant attachment style are people that first make you believe about not trying to make you believe anything and make themselves believe that they want a relationship. You meet them and they come full force at you, everything is great. Then suddenly they start to behave in a certain way that causes stress and argument and issue to the relationship. It's first not clear that what is causing this issue is because you're dealing with an avoidant. It could be somebody that is having an avoidant personality disorder because you have also this type, or somebody that is simply from an avoidant attachment style. Both of those will be trying to distance the partner. Some of those people that have this avoidant attachment style will cause a situation, for example, they will start to talk to another person in the relationship or make the partner believe that they are interested by another person and they may cheat. The thing is, they don't intend to cheat, but this is good enough as a situation to distance the partner, to create issue, to create argument, and to give the avoidant a reason to distance himself. The avoidant person do not see that their own behavior is causing a response to their partner. Most often, those avoidant people will feel victimized. They will feel like they did nothing and their partner have a problem. Either their partner are too demanding, too clingy, or too crazy. But they will not put in question that something they did can be perceived by the other person as an issue to be concerned with, and problem will happen. And when problem will happen, we start to enter a toxic environment for both of us. Now if we talk about the anxious attachment style. The anxious attachment style people will, if they don't hear from you, or you are distancing yourself, they will start to freak out. And sometimes, if this anxious person meet a secure person, and this secure person have a routine, have a life, have other things going on, this one will not work, because that anxious person will start to cause some stress and toxicity to the other person that is secure. This anxious person will start to accuse the partner of cheating, for example. But the partner is not cheating. But this is how the anxious person can perceive certain, distancing, not distancing, but just a person going with their routine of their life and making time for her, for him, and making time for other activity in their life. But for the anxious person, they will not see it like that. So you can imagine when an avoidant and an anxious meet, this is extremely toxic for both of them, because both of them have a behavior that is toxic to anyone. Most often, those two meet somehow. They always manage to meet. The avoidant managed to meet an anxious partner, and the relationship is not satisfying, it's not healthy, and it's toxic, but they will stay together for a very long time, unsatisfied, and blaming each other for what's going on with them in the relationship. So this is the example of what a toxic person is. But a toxic person can also be a child, for example. Sorry to say, many people may not count a child, their child, to be toxic. So example, when a child comes to a family, is a baby, the parents need to go to work. Well, these parents is under stress because they may not have slept last night. Of course, they're happy they have a baby, but because they are tired and they need to, take care of this new baby, they may not be the best of themselves. I will not say that the baby is a problem, but yes, having a baby to take care of, especially for some people that get 2 baby or 3 baby at once, can bring kind of a toxic environment for you, because you are tired, you're going to argue with your partner, you are not the same. And the reason I bring in this example of a baby, not to say babies are toxic, but toxic is about what is bringing the worst into you, what is bringing you stress into your life. And that situation can bring stress to your life, despite many people do not recognize that. It also can impact your relationship with your partner, your work, and everything. And it's a big change in someone's life to have children to deal with. But staying in the subject of children, even when your child is 18 years old, you may also get in stress. Your child may become the toxic person that you have to deal with. Maybe because your child is making bad decisions, they are not doing anything with their life, they're getting arrested, they taking drugs. So or they steal from you, or they lie to you, and they become a very negative person. And you as a parent, you are really feeling this, you're really taking this on you, and you become very miserable and negative because what is that person is doing, despite that person is your child, doesn't make it that children can also bring negativity to people. So I really wanted to talk about that. What is the definition of a toxic person? Because some people out there say this person is toxic, just cut it off. That's true. Some people you need to cut it off. But some people are just going through a period of time where it's challenging for them, where they need some support. And we can help them to rebalance themselves by listening to them and advising them, and also communicating when their behavior becomes too much for us. We have the right to communicate whatever who they are and the circumstance when someone's behavior is too much for us and is bringing us negativity and is impacting us negatively. We are not just here to accept someone else's behavior. So to say this, if you're somebody that have someone that is very negative in your life and you have not communicated, so meaning you have not stood up for yourself, you just been taking it, complaining with other people, but you never took the time to talk to that person and telling them how you feel and what you want from them, and giving them basically a chance to change. What you do is not helping me, and I don't like how I feel around you. So either you change or either I have to stay away from you. Of course, the problem with toxic people is they do not respect people's boundaries. They do not, take over people's complaint and communication about what that person don't like seriously. Some people may try to make you feel guilty, or telling you that it is not you, it's not them, the problem is you. And they have done a certain thing because of you. So they are rejecting, the responsibility to change, to be a better person, to deal with that person or deal with other people. Maybe other people have also experienced this with them but haven't said anything. So they're rejecting the responsibility of how they make you feel to you. Of course, how we feel is our business and our responsibility. But there is a limit here. If somebody behavior keep causing you stress, keep causing you negativity. For example, you have a partner and he keep cheating on you, or he keep lying, or he's not participating, so you live together and you're the only one who clean and they never clean, and every time you ask them to clean something, they start to argue with you to the point you have gave up to ask them to participate. But that doesn't mean that you are happy with the situation. Certain people use guilt in you. When you try to communicate with them that something they did is not right, they blaming you for it instead to understand that you're somebody that care for them, that you want a relationship with them, but you want things to be better for both of you. Whatever they're doing is not making you feel good. And that's the thing about dealing with a toxic person. You simply do not feel good with yourself. It's either you don't feel respected, you don't feel secure, you don't feel you can trust them, you don't feel you can count on them, you don't feel like you can talk to them, you don't feel supported by them. And that is the worst ever, because we all are dealing with something. So if we have somebody in our life that supposed to be, I don't know, a partner, a family member, or somebody that we could go to talk to get support, but we avoid to do so because they is just the person that make us feel the worst about ourselves, then we avoid it. And that's the thing about dealing with a toxic person. This person doesn't have to be that problematic, but it's about how this person makes us feel that is important here. That make this person for you, that person is toxic. Because how they make you feel, you don't feel good in their company, you don't feel good to talk to them, you don't feel like you can be yourself and communicate with them, you don't feel supported, you don't feel understood, you don't feel safe. And that is what primarily make a person toxic for another person. It doesn't have to have the cheating, it doesn't have to have the violence, it doesn't have to have something majorly wrong, but it's about how a person makes us feel with ourselves. But again, like I say, there is also the responsibility that we need to be aware that nobody can make us feel whatever way inside our own self about our permission. But again, if every time you talk to somebody about a problem, it's supposed to be your friend, and all she does is making you feel wrong about your decision, making you feel wrong about you, and when you need her help, she's not there, and she's bombarding you every day about her problem 24 hours, so the relationship is only one-sided. Or when you have good news and you share with her, she's not happy for you, she doesn't clap the hand, she actually look like she's irritated because you're sharing a good news about you with her. So that's where you have the responsibility, is to cut it off, to end it, and to go where you are celebrated and not where you are being tolerated. To go where you feel good and not where you are being completely destroyed as a person. You know, there are a lot of people, they stay in those toxic relationships. They are seeking love, they're seeking, support by their partner, but this partner is actually behaving like their worst enemy. This partner never encourage them, never try to understand them, always make them feel wrong. And how can you make somebody feel wrong each time? You don't even need to talk, just the look that you give to them when they talk about something can make you understood that this person is not on your side. This is not your friend, this is an enemy, no matter who they are. They could be your mother, your father, your sister, your grandmother. If you don't feel good with somebody, you need to take the responsibility to accept that this person and your vibes is not working, and to go where you feel good about yourself. Because if you don't feel good about yourself in your life, you're gonna struggle to go forward in your life, and you're not going to achieve the great things that you're gonna do in your life. So losing somebody that you don't feel good with is not a loss, it's a gain. And it's a respect that you owe to yourself and to the person. If both of you don't understand each other, why dealing with each other? You are just wasting time. You are just maintaining a very unhealthy relationship with that person. You two cannot progress together. You two cannot create something great together. It's best you stop it and go where you can become the best version of yourself, and stop wasting your time with people that don't get you, people that don't support you, people that just bring in problem to you no matter what they do. Doesn't mean they are a bad person, but you two cannot work together. Okay, so that's the video I wanted to make today about this subject. It is important that we understand what a toxic person is, because many people use that term, this person is toxic. But sometimes when one person is toxic, it's not toxic for everybody, it's toxic toward one person. So that means also that this other person may also be toxic to the other one, because it's an exchange. You are exchanging and going nowhere and just frustrating yourself. It's not worth it, okay? Hello guys. One last point I would like to say regarding the subject of to be a toxic person, or experiencing that somebody in your life is a toxic person for you. So therefore this person is generating difficulties and negativity in your life, and not bringing the best version of yourself to the connection. If the action of this person is not driven, or is not coming from a place that they cannot do anything about, meaning somebody that is suffering from mental illness, it's not that easy for somebody that have mental illness to change the behavior. But if you are with somebody that you have addressed the issue, and after addressing the issue many times to them, they still keeping up the behavior that seem to be toxic and seem to be disrespectful and seem to be a very selfish behavior, this is a choice now that that person have made to keep being that way with you, even you have communicated to them that their behavior is no good. The behavior is creating an environment toxic for both of you, and they still are not ready to look at a solution with you, or to look at themselves to see if they can better themselves and bettering the situation for both of you. We have no control on making another person to do something that they don't want to do. All we can do is to address clearly and the best we can the problem to them, and to hope that they care enough about the relationship and about you, and also about themselves, to be a better person and not to be a person that causing misery and distress to other people, to want to change. But there are a lot of people out there, no matter how much you tell them and how you tell them what you don't like about them, and some people will use how you tell them the problem to say, look how you speak to me, and not hearing there is a problem. When you get to a place like that with somebody, you are not only in a toxic relationship, but you're also in an abusive relationship, because the person is not making no effort at all to adjust their behavior for the place to be secure, safe, and to be healthy for the both of you. This now is a choice of behavior, a choice to mistreat, a choice to disrespect, a choice to be abusive, a choice to be toxic and to be hard to deal with. So that's what I wanted to say in this video. This behavior and this sort of environment to be toxic could be driven and could be maintained by somebody that have chosen to have the relationship that way. Now, many reasons could be behind such a decision to keep things that way. Like I said previously, some people that have an avoidant attachment style may use this kind of issue to distance the partner. Another person could use such a problem to control the partner or to intimidate the partner. They don't want the environment to be healthy. They don't want the environment to work out, for the relationship to work out. No matter how much they cry and they tell you that they love you and they want this to work out, if they refuse to discuss solution to make the relationship healthy and safe for both of you, then this means they, for whatever reason, want to keep you at distance, want to keep the situation unhealthy, and they don't want to change. And if you are in front of somebody that doesn't want to change, there is nothing that you can do than to walk away, because you need to protect yourself. You cannot be abused by somebody. You cannot be stay with somebody that is difficult to deal with and they don't take the responsibility that their behavior is affecting you, that their behavior is causing the environment to be toxic for the both of you. So that's what I wanted to say about this. Okay? So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel, comment, and share your experience to deal with a toxic person. Tell me who is the toxic person in your life. And like I said, you could be the toxic person in the other people's life that you have around you. Alright? So, this is Brighter Life Institute, your channel. I'm Alicia. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Bye.